Hello, this is Ms. Howell, and I'd like to welcome you, parents and guardians, to my introduction to pre-AP chemistry for 2021-2022. This class meets during 7th period this year, and I'm going to give you a brief overview of our class for the year. The pre-AP course was designed by the College Board with your student in mind and preparing them for college level science work. The course emphasizes the integration of science content with practices. So we will be using reasoning tools and helping students think about the world around them, become scientifically literate to be good citizens as well as have a knowledge of science. The major topics we'll be studying first semester will be structure and properties of matter and chemical bonding and interactions. Second semester we'll be studying about chemical quantities and about chemical transformations. So the pre-AP course was designed to give students a spiraling effect in their knowledge of science, taking what we learn in each unit and building upon that and always relating it to things in the natural world around them. You will see here the percent scale for grades in chemistry, as well as the percentage of the grade each of the types of assignments are. So as you can see here, the quizzes and tests, the assessment piece of the class is 50% of the student's grade. The other 50% is labs and project coming in at 30%, and classwork and homework at 20%. So all of the assignments are divided up into this weighting, and then the percentage of total points earned in that weighting is assigned a letter grade. Your students have this information in Google Classroom, as well as it being posted on my door during the back to school night, since I'm not able to be there tonight. So you can ask your students to see it anytime as well. So the types of assignments that we do, this gives you some information about tests, quizzes, labs, and homework and participation. Your student will need a 3-ring binder for all work for chemistry, and that will be turned in at semester, of course returned to your student. But it's for them to practice organizational skills and also to have their work, as chemistry is a cumulative study, as I mentioned before, spiraling and everything building on itself. They'll be getting into the habit of keeping their work in an organized manner so they can refer to it later. So if a student is absent, that's really the only thing we have to worry about with assignments here. If your student misses school, please encourage them to see me as soon as possible for any assignments that were missed so that they can make them up, especially tests and quizzes. Here's a list of class rules. We're not going to go over these specifically, but I do encourage your student to be responsible for their content and for their learning and to communicate with me in a timely manner so that I will know how to help them in the best way possible. I do ask them to try hard and work with me and their other students to do their best. Here's some contact information for me. I'll leave this on the screen for a moment. It was also on the door of my classroom, I hope. At any time, should you have questions for me, there's my email, school phone number, and a Google Voice number that I have. Should you write me an email, would you please put your student's name and the class period, period 7, in the subject line so I will know that it's not spam and that I should respond to you with my 7th period information. So I look forward to this school year. I should be back in a couple of weeks from my leave of absence, and I look forward to the periodic table of elements and showing the students how this relates to the world around them and how to increase their scientific thinking as well as their knowledge of science, chemistry specifically. Thank you very much for your time, and don't hesitate to reach out to me with any questions or concerns.